I'm Laura Ellen Anderson, and I'm the author and illustrator of the Amelia Fang series. I was sitting in a cafe in 2015 and I knew that I wanted to write a book that had a gothic-y theme. I started doodling, and that's when Amelia Fang was born, and once Amelia Fang was on paper, the rest of her friends and family followed. I absolutely adored the Worst Witch series by Jill Murphy. She wrote and illustrated the books, which I loved. I was a big fan of Roald Dahl and Quentin Blake, in particular The Witches and The Twits, which were deliciously gross in my eyes, and very funny and a little bit creepy. I was so obsessed with The Witches that I would walk around school with my head completely stuck in the book and end up walking into doors and falling upstairs. I've always loved the works of Tim Burton, anything with a gothic twist. I'm very inspired by animation, anything by Disney, Pixar, and I also love the works of Leica Studios, so Paranorman, Box Trolls, Coraline. I usually draw pictures to help inspire me with new characters, for example. When coming up with the first book of Amelia Fang, I drew Amelia Fang, the character, first, and her family, and discovered the world through drawings. I actually created a comic strip to see how the story would play out. I guess, like any comic, it's like a movie in picture form. As I'm inspired by animation, that's how I like to work. But with the books ever since, I tend to write the story in sections. But if I'm really inspired by a particular scene, I will tend to draw that straight away and keep that in mind, ready for the final illustrations at the end. Amelia Fang is like me in a few ways, but I would like to be more like her in other ways. So, like me, she loves pets and taking care of creatures. She loves her family and her friends and always tries her best, and I like to think I always try 100% in everything I do. But she's also very, very brave, and I think I could do with learning a thing or two from Amelia and how brave she is. I'm more like Grimaldi, who is scared of everything, and I would love to be more like Florence, a bit taller, a bit hairier to keep me warm, and bold and bolshy and not caring what anybody else thinks. If I could be friends with any of Amelia's friends, I think it would have to be Florence Spudwick. I know that she would stand up for me in any situation. She'd be a laugh all of the time, would always cheer me up like she does Amelia. She would give great hugs. I'm always cold, so she could keep me warm with her big furry hugs. And, most importantly, she would be able to reach everything on the top shelves, which I cannot. The main theme of the Amelia Fang books is friendship and teamwork between Amelia and her friends, also love for Amelia and her family, and then an ongoing theme is acceptance and tolerance and lots of adventure. The best thing about being a children's author is being able to escape to so many weird and wacky and wonderful worlds. You get to share your passion for writing and illustrating and reading with so many children, and seeing those children be inspired by something you have written is the most rewarding feeling. And some of the best moments is when you receive either something a child has written or drawn from your work. When you get fan art, it's amazing. And knowing that a child who perhaps didn't like to read very much found your book and, you know, read it from front to back within days. It's great. It's the best job in the world.